We have recently come to a video of Dr. Yasir Qadhi where he says that hadith is not academically proven. The most you can say that it goes back to Tabe'in. Now it raises a question, especially amongst the common Muslims and even the Dais, the so-called Dai, uh, are offended by his stance. Although nobody is as learned or as academic uh, credentially as Yasir Qadhi, and those who are commenting, they, if you watch them, you will see that they are only behaving like trollers. They are not behaving like academics. Fine. And it also raises a question that whether hadith is necessary uh, for Deen to be complete. The answer is emphatically that hadith does not, the Deen does not need hadith to be complete. The only thing which completes the Deen is Qur'an and Sunnah. Quran, we all know, is a book of God revealed to none other than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this is the book which has been left by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this is the book which has been transmitted by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is the book which has been transmitted by the first two generation after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which includes the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the only book transmitted, compiled, and left by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is Quran. And other thing, people may ask that how do you know how to pray? The answer is very simple, that we know how to pray because prayer was something which was already prevalent before Quran and before Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because Deen Ibrahim was practiced. So we know how to pray, how to give zakat, how to perform hajj from the amali tawatur of the ummah. So uh, this can be called as sunnah. So saying that Quran and Sunnah completes the deen, and both are transmitted by ijma and tawatur of the Muslims, mass transmission of the Muslim. So there is no need of hadith as far as deen is concerned. That's the reason you will see that the first two generation of Islam, the focus was never on hadith. It is after Imam Shafi, I would say, the focus shifts completely towards hadith. The focus shifts completely towards hadith. So this is something which needs to be understood, and even the most popular faqih and the most uh, important amongst the most followed imam amongst the four imam is none other than Imam Abu Hanifa, and he was criticized by the muhaddisin that this person is weak in hadith. And not only that, his contemporary even criticized that he goes against the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Well, actually, when they say that that Imam Hanifa goes against the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they are actually saying that Imam Hanifa is going against the hadith. So so hadith and sunnah are not one and same thing. Hadith sunnah is transmitted by ijma and tawatur of Muslim, the practice of Muslim. It is mass transmitted, and even from the school of Imam Hanifa, the earlier school of Imam Hanifa and Imam Malik, you can see that they focus more on the practice of the Muslims rather than hadith. And even Imam Malik is known to reject the hadith of Muwatta, which he himself have compiled, because it goes against Amal Ahle Medina. It goes against the Amal of Medina. So this was Imam Malik and this was Imam Hanifa. Fine. I am not saying that they rejected hadith wholesale, but the reliance of hadith was not as much as we have it today. Fine. They relied hadith only if, for example, Abu Hanifa, he accepted hadith only when it does not contradict reason and it does not contradict the Quran and Sunnah which has been practicing at that time. But it is after Imam Shafi that the whole thing shifts towards hadith, and then Imam Ahmad, then we have Muhaddisin, uh, due to which the got shifted from fiqh to hadith. Before that, hadith was not even in use. So this actually proves that the first two generations of after Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam never needed hadith. Even after compilation of hadith, even today we do not need hadith in a sense uh, to practice Islam. No, we do not need hadith to practice Islam. But yes, I would say that hadith, according to Imam Shafi, is an ilmul khassa, is a specific knowledge uh, thing, and it can be classified as a historical record of Islam. If you want to know the history of Islam, we need to go to the hadith. But we should also keep in mind that this history of Islam is not something which is divine, and it is human, and it does contain many errors. Hadith contains many errors, so we should be cautious about it and not be dogmatic about it.